very much.
To talk more about the disaster relief efforts, let's bring in Sherwan Qasem. He works on the emergency desk for Doctors Without Borders based in Amsterdam. Thank you so much for being here. You obviously have a unique perspective about what's happening. You're from Syria. As I understand it, you still have family in the region, and you are supporting the relief operations from Amsterdam. Just off the bat, is your family, are your friends okay? How are you doing knowing what's happening there?
Thank you very much for your question. Yeah, indeed, I'm myself from Syria, and I work for Doctors Without Borders since the beginning of the Syrian conflict. And I consider myself quite privileged to be able to be part of the humanitarian response in this conflict. To be honest, the morning of Monday was very tricky, to be honest. I was trying to reach my family and my friends, and I couldn't reach any one of them. Of course, without electricity, without internet, it was very difficult to reach them. The idea sitting there imagining what could happen or what might happen was very stressful. Luckily, all my family members so far are doing well, but many people are struggling. I managed to call my mom. She was saying that the sofa was actually moving from side to side, and everybody felt that it is the last minute of their life. Yeah.
It's gut-wrenching to hear, but thankfully it's good to know, your family is okay. But even for those who survived the quake, there is a really uncertain future now, especially in Syria. Talk to us about what's happening on the Syrian side of this disaster. I know your organization is trying to support, according to the Twitter account, at least 8 hospitals in Atmi city, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But many of the doctors in the hospitals are trying to perform trauma surgery in other places. So in what ways is your organization trying to help, and what help do you still need?
Thank you very much for the question. Yeah, indeed. Following the 2 strong earthquakes, actually, many buildings collapsed, and that left many people displaced. So we have 2 main priorities right now in this moment. First of all, to support the aid and the medical assistance support for the hospitals and existing health facilities to save the lives of the people being survived and also being rescued. At the same time, to help the health system to respond to this emergency. So that means providing supply, providing training, reaching the health facilities that we are supporting in this area. There are a lot of needs, to be honest, in this area. There is need for fuel. There is not enough fuels to run electricity, to run generators to provide electricity. There is not enough medical supply. Let's not forget that this area is going through a conflict, continuing conflict for more than 12 years. So already they are in the edge of their capacity. At the same time, so this is in the medical aspects. On the relief aspects, we are also trying to provide hygiene kits, blankets, some non-food items, materials to help the homeless, let's say, survivors to survive until the first 72 hours is over.
And you mentioned the longstanding conflict in Syria. Doctors Without Borders already had a presence in northwest Syria, and now there are some questions about aid actually getting to the people who need it the most. What can you tell us about Doctors Without Borders, the folks that they are trying to treat there, and what kind of feedback you're receiving?
Yeah. Our Syrian colleagues are really doing a great job trying to do their best to provide the assistance to the people in need in this area. Yeah, this 12 years of conflict made actually the majority of the people staying in this area, almost 4.1 civilians are living in this area. And those people are the vulnerables among the vulnerables. Many people managed to cross the border and to go to the neighboring countries or to reach Europe or many other countries. But those people who are there in northwest Syria are the vulnerables among vulnerables. Some of them were displaced for more than 20 times, actually. So until they ended up in this geographical area. For us, what is very important for the aid and for the relief supplies to arrive to this area Currently, the access is quite difficult. There is only one official corridors to deliver the aid, which is Bab al-Hawa. Bab al-Hawa, the first 48 hours was closed due to damage in the roads reaching to this border crossing. I heard from our colleagues from UN OCHA that they managed to find 2 parallel roads to deliver the aid. So we are expecting from the UN OCHA more aid to be delivered in the coming hours or the coming days. But still, there is need for more humanitarian access, for more humanitarian corridors to deliver the aid to these people. But at the same time, not to forget the population are living in northwest Syria. One thing I want to mention also, there is this earthquake also impacted the government control area, which is also a very vulnerable and very difficult area. Luckily, there is a UN and ICRC presence in this area, and also they are doing their best to support the population in both sides of the control areas.
Well, Sherwan, you make a good point in that the people of Syria have already dealt with so much war, and now just imagine experiencing this. All of our best to you, your colleagues, and of course your family back in Syria. We send you our best wishes. Please come back and give us updates anytime soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much and have a good time. Thank you.